Live from the Icebox Studio in Montgomeryville, Pennsylvania, it's the Bill and Corey Show.
I'm Bill.
And I'm Corey.
Welcome back. Another live edition of the Bill and Corey Show. And today we're talking about mixers, mixing.
These are very, very well put out. You spent some time looking at,
Yeah, this is really not, I'm sorry, this is the only whisk we have at home, but you can kind of mix with this. It's really used for, I don't use this.
Could have brought the laundry detergent whisk. Isn't there a whisk?
Oh, jeez, no. I use this for mixing.
I now get the name of whisk though, laundry detergent. It's like, really mix up.
Yeah, really
mix it up and get the stain.
Dirt, put it somewhere else. Yeah. Mix dirt up with your clothes.
Yeah, and drain it out.
And I use this a lot when I'm in a mixing bowl to mix stuff up.
Yeah, spoon.
Good workout.
You know what else works? A fork too. I for a long time I have a whisk. Use a fork.
I'm beating eggs. I'm a fork guy, not a whisk guy. It's just.
I don't like to beat things. I just mix them up nicely.
Okay. You talk to the eggs. Tell them, okay, we're gonna get together now. And of course, you got this cheap electric mixer. It's cheap, inexpensive electric mixer. I don't know.
I don't have to bring the price into it. It does what it needs to do.
It does what it needs to do. Yeah, it doesn't really work too good on heavy duty dough.
Well, no, but you need to, at least you got to put the dough. You got to put the dough hook in there too.
I know
anyways.
the dough
you
hook
have the
in
right,
there.
the right mixer
well,
in there. Anyways.
We're not. This is not a baking show.
Well, I just want.
So
I don't want to. I want to leave people with bad information, no matter what.
Yes. So I got to clean this up later.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
After the
So
show.
mixers. You want to? We supply different kinds.
So a lot of people. You can either order your gas pre-mixed, which is usually the way to go because typically people want just one gas for a process. But there are occasions when I was thinking about this last night before the show, like, maybe you're doing an experiment and you're trying to find that right mix of one gas with another, or you're incubating something and something spikes, you have to adjust the mix in order to make things work.
That's
and
a
stuff
big
like
setup if you're going all over here.
I'm just, I'm just down.
Yes.
So all different reasons why you want to mix stuff, and so we have the tools to do so.
We've got, and this is, well, let's pop up the first slide. This shows for our rotometer mixers. This is kind of our non-electrical ones. So these are very carbon neutral.
Do you not have to plug these in?
Very carbon neutral.
Unless you're using CO2.
Unless you're using CO2. We won't get into that. So obviously 2-tube, 3-tube, 4-tube. And you can see, you look at the 2-tube, you say, wait a minute, there's 3 tubes in there. That one in the middle is a mixing tube. Mm-hmm. And then the 3-tube, the one on the one side is a mixing tube, and the 4
is a mixing list tube, 4-tube,
yeah,
4 gas mixture.
For whatever reason, you don't need a mixing
That's like
tube
a 4 gas 4-tube mixture. There's a 3 gas 4-tube mixture. I'll make it even more complicated.
Just make it. So we actually had, luckily thing is that we had an order pop up. A customer wanted to buy one of these things, so this is I got to be careful because I can't damage this because this is getting shipped out today. Mm-hmm. So this is one of our. Take that slide off.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, check this out.
You want to zoom in? See if the zoom in works on this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There.
You might be able to.
So so it's got 4 tubes, and
a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4.
And it's got we have just one float in there. This is the black glass float in there. So you'd use. This is see a lot of little lines in there. This is our FM 1050. It's got a 150 millimeter scale, and then you use charts. So you could just.
So it's a reference scale.
It's a reference scale.
Reference scale.
So it's not direct reading.
Not direct reading.
So you can hook up 4 gases. You hook them up in the bottom, and then
they come out the top.
They come out the top. Look at that magic.
And
then. You adjust the float so you get your reference charts, and then we'll go to that.
And this one has the HA valves, if you notice on the front.
Yeah,
so you
have high accuracy valves.
Yeah, so for mixers, typically
really
you want to do that.
fine-tuning stuff. Yeah, we also offer utility valves. I want this. So that's, and there's different tube sizes you get. This one got all the number 6 tubes, which is E. 600 tube.
And it's much easier to make these if everybody just picks the same tube the whole way across.
Yeah, but you can easily swap it out. If you're doing this and you go, hey, I need more gas for this one.
Oh, yeah.
You can swap out the tube.
Swap out a tube cube.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then if you need another valve, because there's different size valves to fit your tubes.
Yes.
Because you don't want to have one valve and try to tweak a little bit.
Yeah, if you choke the flow of your valve, the higher flow tube isn't going to help you any.
Yeah, it's not gonna. See, I'm not getting the flow out of the tube. Well, your valve's too low. Get a bigger valve. They're easy to replace.
I mean, so essentially it's an different orifice sizes essentially each valve for
it's
the
O-ring flat face seal, so easy to swap it out. With the tubes, they got loosen this up. You can pop the tube out and tighten it back. Just snug it right back in. The tube pulls out, put in a new tube.
Works the same as our regular.
It works great. You can use this for a lot of things. If you're using 3 gases, you can do it with 3 gases. Just gotta,
just gotta plug the one.
With it. Well, yeah, no gas coming in, it's not gonna do anything. So you want to pop up the next. Okay, so this is a reference chart, and it tells you your units. This one's standard liters per minute of air. That's says units there, and it has the float material, so that's the float you're looking at.
And the float material only matters for the fact that you know what reference you want to look. You want to make sure it's stainless steel, the tube, to know which reference it is. It doesn't matter for material compatibility.
Right.
Just to be clear. I know because that could be a.
Yeah, so the millimeters, so 150 millimeters. So on this one, it's about 70 liters of air on this tube. And then, if you're down 130, you get 59 liters a minute. And this is at pressure in the tube is 20 psi, and that's important. So you can pull this chart back out, go back to the camera. So what's important when you're reading these is the pressure that's inside the tube. That's why for mixing, you really need to have the valves in the outlet of the tube.
Otherwise, it would be dividing.
It would be just, if you try to do a mix on the inlet.
We have made those. It divides it out.
No, it's a separate thing.
Well, okay, all right. I see what you're saying.
You need to have the valves on the outlet. Right. So you know that 20 psi, then it doesn't matter what the pressure is downstream.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
For your flow or whatever. Then you can tweak everything like that. So yeah, these are kind of neat. We built this in less than a day, I guess.
24 hours.
And it's only getting delayed because I said, hey, I need this for the show. Hold off shipping it. So they're going to ship. After the show, it's going to get boxed up and shipped out.
But increases in value because it's a prop now. It's a bill and core. It'll be in a movie prop or a podcast prop department 50 years from now.
It could
Original Bill and Corey show.
It could be. We'll have to put a sticker on. As seen on the Bill and Corey show. Okay. So I think I talked way too much about the rotometer one.
You can never talk too much.
Now we're going to talk with a more complicated 21st century flow control.
If rotometers aren't your bag and you want something fancier and to use electricity, we have our mass flow controllers. Now, with these, I mean, typically you do a mass flow controller, you put one in just to control the flow. But hence mass flow controller. But you put multiples in lines. Same thing with a rotometer. I mean, it's the same thing as this guy. It's just I know it is, but it looked like it was going to stand up nice and flat that way. That way it looks like it's going to tip.
Yeah, most people buy it with a base. This customer didn't.
So it's the same as this one, only instead of tubes, these are the tubes each time.
Yeah.
You know, the each scale. So pull up the first slide if you would, please. There's a video online showing how we do this. If you're interested in listening to me talk some more, I am the narrator as well. So if you're in the dulcet tones of my voice.
One cut Corey.
So I'm just, so this is sort of a setup of it, and I'll go over the things. The first circle are the...
Well, this is a custom setup.
This is a custom setup in which I was explaining on how to use the BB9, and we'll get to that. So the first circle are the mass flow controllers. The middle circle is our mixing tube.
Yeah. So and stainless steel.
And stainless steel. And the final circle is our BB9 controller, which lets you control all 3 mass flow controllers at once. Could you go to the next slide? And so this is also the software that goes with it. So
you plug this in the computer and you got software and you can sit there.
You can sit there and you can mess with the dials. As you can see, I'm circling 3 things. Like the third one's a little bit lower than the other. So this one is actually a 45%, 10% mix of those gases to show it. Click off the next.
That's what, nitrogen, oxygen, CO2, I guess is what I can read there.
Yeah, I don't remember if I just made up gas. I can't remember the specifics of what I was doing there, but I watched the video. But all right, bring it back to us if you would, please. So so in that video we were showing you got these 3 guys, and we have outlets. Well, we'll use this one then. We have the outlets. This is a 8-pin mini DIN connector. It goes straight from this into our BB9 connector, and then you output it from here to a computer, and then you run the software that I showed. Here's our cable, and then you got to hook them up like any regular pressure circuit tubing. We can give you any ends on these you want, as long as, I mean, obviously if you're going to get
your flow.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to get
an
inch end on this, it might not be. Go by the. Does it look good? Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't look like it's going to work. This is another controller that can do the same thing as our 4-channel control.
It's a little different.
It's a little bit different.
You don't have any cool software with it.
You don't have any cool software with it. So what this is what you're sort of taking is there's a menu on this that kind of that shows you how to up and down the flow.
Well, actually, you control the flow on this thing.
But it sort of takes that menu and you can connect all 3 of them to here, and all you're doing is you pick which channel you want, and you can increase and decrease the flow. Yeah. And it'll show you which controller you're controlling. So this one is more of you can control 4, but that locally.
How many can the BB9 control?
BB9 can control 9. And I won't do the count impression again from Sesame Street. But yeah, really not to be confused with the trademarked BB other number. I don't,
Oh, right.
I don't want, Star Wars. Yeah, it's an unpopular movie. Not a lot of people have heard of it, so but not to be confused with that other thing. So
nobody dresses early up like that.
So yeah, and what makes it nice about these ones is this one you're kind of like going like let me see if
check a chart.
Oh, there it is, and nope, back and forth. You kind of like fine tune. Like we were saying, fine tune. This one you just type in the number you want, you hit enter, and it goes.
And it'll control, with the software.
With the software, yes.
It'll balance things out. So it sees you put in your flow, and if there's some slight pressure changes or something like that, it'll kind of adjust your flow, and you want to bump it up or something. You say, okay, now I want to go 10% CO instead of 8%. It'll kind of adjust the other ones, and so you're not sitting there going, "Oh, I got to adjust this one, and then I got to adjust."
And you can have pre-programmed things in there where, like, say, you're like, "Oh, if the mix gets this way, you want to increase the CO2." You have a second mix in there. You can do mix 2. It automatically changes it up to what you need, and so you can save mixes in there as well. So there's a lot of nice things with that software, and to be honest, when I made that video, I learned that software that day as I was teaching, so it's very intuitive, not too difficult to learn. But of course, where do we go to?
We'll go to our
YouTube page.
YouTube channel,
but
Matheson Specialty Gas Equipment Tech Support YouTube channel page, or you can find it at links from an online store. It has links to videos.
Store.mathesongas.com, where all these things are, and all these everything you need,
and for accuracies, if you're just to grab for a rotometer based one, if you're just to grab the charts off our standard charts, be plus or minus 5% on those charts.
You can pay.
You can get, if you want to get charts specific to the tube, we'd put a serial number on there, and it costs you extra money.
Get 1%.
And you get a 1%, so that's pretty good. These are at worst 1%. They're better than 1%.
They're 0.08%.
Well, no, there's
0.8%,
scale,
0.0.
and that's of scale.
Of scale, yeah.
This is of scale. This is different.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's partly of the range of the scale plus of the point you're checking on. So it's more, it's kind of...
I made a whole Excel chart spreadsheet doing it to explain all that, and I don't have it in... It's
don't
locked.
Have it memorized.
It's locked in here. I just can't find the key.
Okay, right. But these are better than 1% accuracy.
Yeah, they're better than 1% is the point I was trying to get.
It's a lot more fun.
A lot more fun. It's like a video game.
We haven't developed the software for this yet. So.
Oh yeah, we'll attach an actuator to it that spins it. Make a Rube Goldberg machine of.
Oh boy, that's way too much here. So. Yeah. Anything else we want to cover? So
just mixing gases.
Yeah. So it's fun. So we can do custom setups for you.
It can be fun if thought about in the right way.
Yeah.
It can be dangerous if done in the wrong way, though.
Yeah. So
like you don't want to be mixing ammonia.
Well, no, you can't. You can't do hydrogen oxygen mixtures bad idea. I think
Yeah, I mean, unless you're thirsty.
No, it's
No, hydrogen, oxygen mixes the water, right?
can't just.
If you're thirsty.
Okay. Anyways, that's all we're going to talk about. No questions this week, so that's good, or not good. Yeah. So next week we're going to talk about flex hoses and kind of like talk about how much can I bend this flex hose and get away with it.
Yeah. How much of it is a workout if I do it?
Yeah. What kind of pressures can I use in it? How do I hook it up to things?
When you might want to use a flex hose versus not a flex hose.
Correct. So tune in again next week for another live edition of the Bill and Corey Show.
Set your VCRs.